Forget Ukraine, forget quid pro quo Joe, zero experience, Hunter paid millions, and investigations. The congenital liar, it's still all about, for 3 days now, not Ukraine, Russia, Russia, Russia. 4 investigations, Russia. Take a look.
Then candidate Trump urged the Russians to hack Hillary Clinton's emails. The Russians contacts with the Russians. The Russians will do this again. The Russian interference in our election. Russia. The Russia issue. Vladimir Putin. Russians. For understandable reasons, I tend to view a lot of what's happening sometimes through a Russia prism. Russian Putin's Russia. Russian government effort to help Mr. Trump. Russians, Vladimir Putin, Russia, systematic interference of the Russians.
The great irony, as we showed you last night, is the only guy caught on tape thinking he's talking to a Russian was him, getting compromising materials. What are they? Oh, naked pics of the What? Do you have them? Does Vladimir see them? Yes. Colluding with a Russian to impact our elections. Compromising material, naked to them. Anyway, he's a raging lunatic. Day after day, month after month. This is 3 years. Over 3 years. This guy has been lying like a maniac, propagating a conspiracy theory hoax. We had 4 separate investigations. We had, what, the FBI 9-month investigation? Oh, no there. We found nothing. Then, of course, we had the House Intel investigation. No evidence. Then we had the bipartisan Senate committee. And then the ultimate of all ultimates, the Mueller report. Nope, no Russia. And yet the sham articles of impeachment, they even have nothing to do with Russia, but he's still talking about Russia. The term Russia collusion is never mentioned in one of these articles. And by the way, neither is the word quid or pro or quo like Joe or bribery, which they kept throwing out there time and time again. Not a single time. Now this Schumer Schiff sham show has nothing to do with truth or evidence or facts. Of course, the Schumer Schiff sham show has nothing to do with truth. Now, it's all about their undying, never-ending, psychotic, unyielding rage and inability to accept a loss in an election. President Trump, we, the people, shocked the world. And late last night, there he was again, Schiff, overcome this time now by emotion. He didn't come to terms with his own rampant dishonesty and lies, and that 4 investigation proved he was a liar. He wasn't, by the way, being reflective on the damage that he's caused the country, the lies and conspiracy theories he's pushed, the smear, slander, besmirchment, the obsessive-compulsive discussion about never-ending Russia conspiracies. He wasn't even upset about his own botched impeachment proceeding in the House. He doesn't realize nobody likes this guy. Not even Democrats, I think, at this point. I think they realize he took them over a cliff here. No, the congenital liar decided to, well, tear up like a baby about Republicans not adhering. At this, we're getting lectures from him about the truth. The country's biggest liar lecturing the rest of the country on truth and honesty. These over-the-top crocodile tears, it's almost as cringeworthy as his unprecedented, rampant hypocrisy. Let's take a look.
Colonel Vindman said, "Here right matters." Here right matters. I think there's plenty of evidence of collusion or conspiracy in plain sight. If right doesn't matter, we're lost. If the truth doesn't matter, we're lost. We have not spoken directly with the whistleblower. We would like to. Right is supposed to matter. It's what's made us the greatest nation on earth. The Russians offered help. The campaign accepted help. The Russians gave help, and the president made full use of that help. Because right matters. And the truth matters. Otherwise, we are lost. I certainly share the view that there are parts of the dossier that have been corroborated and that seem credible. Right doesn't matter anymore.
Oh, sorry. Pitch perfect example of his deranged behavior. This is like a real, sociopath in the middle of a meltdown here. Schiff, we know, will do or say anything he thinks will benefit him politically or personally. In 1999, though, big news tonight, just breaking, the congenital liar we've now discovered actually campaigned heavily against the corrosive politics of impeachment. Back then, yes, the congenital liar believed lawmakers should be more concerned with real local issues that actually affect the American people. Wow, I've not seen this tape before. I don't think most of you have. Let's roll the tape.
Movie moguls such as David Geffen and Steven Spielberg are raising money for Rogan's challenger. They've helped make California State Senator Adam Schiff one of the most prodigious fundraisers among challengers in the 2000 election.
People want someone whose top priority is local concerns, not national partisan ideological crusades.
Oh, he can't even open his mouth without vomiting a Russian conspiracy theory. And of course, his cohort, big-time hypocrite himself, Jerry Nadler, just rammed 2 sham impeachment articles through the House Judiciary Committee. Zero due process that Republicans afforded, Newt Gingrich afforded Bill Clinton. Basic fairness, adherence to past precedent. Just called a president a dictator. That's how desperate he is. Take a look.
This is a determination by President Trump that he wants to be all-powerful. He does not have to respect the Congress. He does not have to respect the representatives of the people. Only his will goes. He is a dictator. This must not stand, and that is why another reason he must be removed from office.
Yeah, okay, I'm sleeping. All right, you want to sleep, by the way? Just rerun this. You'll fall asleep. I love Mike Lindell, My Pillow. I have My Pillow, my favorite pillow. My Pillow coupled with this, guaranteed to knock you out for 24 hours. Needless to say, Republican senators, they're not buying this charade. Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are struggling to stay awake. Look at this. Some are playing tic-tac-toe, truth. Some are literally walking around the chamber so they can keep their eyes open. You got Rachel Maddow's Area 51, the Conspiracy Channel. They are screaming at the Democrats, please, I know it's horrible, boring, but just pretend. Act like you're interested. Do it for the sake of the country. Democrats need 67 votes to convict the president. It's not going to happen, not even by a long shot. Iowa Senator Joni Ernst slamming Democrats for their utter hypocrisy. Wyoming Senator John Barrasso accusing Chuck Schumer of using impeachment as a political trick to become majority leader. That's what those phony votes on day 1 were when they knew votes would come later. According to an Axios report, quote, Democrats who need 4 GOP senators' votes and not to lose any from their own party will struggle to get more than 3. Let's hope that's true tonight. Their last hope to extend the trial is quickly fading. I pray for the sake of the country that this is true. We have 284 days till an election. According to the report, it now seems like a straight road, hopefully to Trump's acquittal, hopefully by the end of next week. Now, without extra witnesses, the president's, quote, impeachment could be over. In fact, by the end of next week, they report that would be good news for we the people.